everyone, and welcome back. This is Ascended Masters 101, where we learn about and we practice applying the incredibly transformative and wonderful teachings of the Ascended Masters in our lives. If you are new to this channel, thank you for being here, and I sincerely hope that you find whatever your soul might be searching for. Today, I feel really honored to share with each one of you a little bit about a very special ascended master, and that is beloved Kuan Yin. She is one of the most revered beings on this planet. If you are unfamiliar with Kuan Yin, she is known and she is loved both throughout the Eastern and the Western world as a bodhisattva of great light and compassion. And if you're unfamiliar, a bodhisattva is one who has taken a vow to forgo nirvana or heaven, as we know of it in the Western world, until all other beings have been fully awakened and guided to their salvation. So, in other words, Kuan Yin has transcended this earthly realm, and she's earned the right to move far on into nirvana, into the bliss of oneness with God. But she has decided instead to stay with the souls evolving on planet Earth, souls like you and I, until each and every one of us makes it back to God as well. She loves you and I and everyone on this earth so much that she has made this incredibly selfless vow. So Kuan Yin, she has an etheric retreat, which is like a spiritual center of learning and rest and rejuvenation, and it's over Beijing, China. And this is just one of many retreats. And these retreats of the Ascended Masters are situated intentionally across the globe, and they're invisible, of course, to the naked eye because they vibrate at a frequency that is above what the human eye can detect. They exist in what is called the etheric plane, and your soul can visit these retreats while your body is sleeping at night. So yes, your soul, you could technically, if you are allowed entrance, go visit Kuan Yin tonight while your physical body is resting. And many people have remembered their retreat experiences, and these are precious and intimate recollections of our communion with God and our communion with those ascended beings of light. So what I'm getting at is that Kuan Yin is a real and a tangible being of incredible love and mercy who has already proven through her bodhisattva vow that she knows about you and she loves you personally. She's like the best friend and mentor that you never knew you had. She is right here with her retreat, however many miles away from your home, and she has promised to be there for you until the end, until you make it to heaven, however long that takes. Now that is love, and that is a gift to anyone who has ever felt alone. This is a gift to you if you are feeling alone right now. If you have nothing else in the world, you have Kuan Yin's love and unending support, and you can lean on that. She won't let you down. Try her. Ascended master students, myself included, love calling to Kuan Yin because, as with all of the Ascended Masters, she answers prayers so quickly. She will never let you down. And as you recite her mantras and build that stronger and stronger friendship and relationship with Kuan Yin, she will intercede in your life in ways that only a bodhisattva can. Truly, her compassion is endless, and so is the love that she holds for your amazing soul. In a lecture, I want to tell you about Kuan Yin, Elizabeth Clare Prophet, whom we love to call Guru Ma. She explained that the 25th chapter of the Lotus Sutra describes how Kuan Yin can appear in 33 forms according to the type of being that needs to be saved. And these are known as the 33 manifestations of Kuan Yin. And These manifestations represent the 33 steps of initiation or spiritual tests that each of us will pass through before we have our complete victory over the not self, over our own unreality. And in fact, the number 33 has come to be associated with Kuan Yin in both Chinese and Japanese worship. Now, each of these 33 manifestations of Kuan Yin has a mantra associated with it. So Kuan Yin has 33 mantras. And these 33 mantras have some incredible benefits that come to us when we recite them that Guru Ma tells us about in her lecture on Kuan Yin. And I would love to cover these benefits with you so that you can see how incredibly beneficial giving these mantras is. So benefit number one is that by reciting the mantras of Kuan Yin's manifestations, we're putting on that particular aspect of Kuan Yin, that manifestation, that aspect of her being. And as we recite the mantra, we become that mantra, and we can assimilate everything that Kuan Yin embodies in that representation. So, in other words, the recitation of each mantra endues us with her presence in that mode. So, we're putting on that aspect of Kuan Yin, and we're calling for that particular quality and manifestation of Kuan Yin to be with us and to reinforce us. We are communing with Kuan Yin and we are bonding with her. And this actually kind of reminds me of the Guru Chela relationship. The Chela, or the student, gives devotion and obedience to the Guru, and the Guru, in exchange, transfers portions of his or her beingness to the Chela. So if you would like to seek out Kuan Yin as your Guru, as your spiritual guide or your teacher, offering her devotion through the recitation of these mantras could be a great place to start. Benefit number two is that the Kuan Yin mantras mold and soften the heart. They bring about balance and the qualities of care and compassion and mercy, which are all qualities of Kuan Yin. And the reason that gaining these qualities is so important is because the ascended masters often speak about how we really need to soften our hearts and remove any of that hardness of heart that might remain from any hurts or pains of the past. And they remind us that doing so is so important for our healing and our spiritual growth. But that's not a simple task, right? The world today can be pretty rough, and many of us have gone through difficult times or hardships in which our hearts might have been hurt. And in fact, I feel like it's almost impossible to navigate through life without your heart getting hurt or damaged at some point. And in the process of experiencing that hurt, out of trying to protect ourselves, we may have closed or hardened our hearts to varying degrees. And healing those hurts is a process that we often get stuck, I think, trying to navigate, how to go about that. It's not easy to heal those hurts, even though it's so important spiritually. And so Kuan Yin and her mantras that mold and soften our hearts is such a gift from God to help us in this really important healing process. So that's a beautiful benefit of these mantras. Benefit number three is that each mantra gives to us a particular blessing or a gift from the heart of Kuan Yin. I like to think of Kuan Yin's mantras as like an assortment of useful healing balms. It's like opening a box, and inside are all these little bottles of helpful healing balms, and each different balm heals a specific condition or a specific concern or wound. And this is actually true. Guru Ma explains that each of Kuan Yin's 33 mantras is for a specific condition. And she explains that you can choose a mantra that strikes you as being something that can fill an empty space in your life. And you make it your own by giving that mantra in the spare moments of your day, or maybe at a specific time that you set aside for just you and Kuan Yin. And you lean into this practice of devotion, and you sit with Kuan Yin in that space of love, and peace until you feel your whole body filled with the light of Kuan Yin. It's just this wonderful practice. So these mantras can fill these empty spaces, the voids in our lives, the areas of our beings that need that extra love and attention and mercy and healing. It's really kind of like Christmas. You get to open this box that has been given to you personally by Kuan Yin, the ascended master who has vowed to stay by your side until you make it to heaven, however long that takes. And she has given you this present. And the contents of this box show you how Kuan Yin plans to help you make it to heaven. And so inside the box, you see these 33 little bottles, beautifully packaged and labeled, of these unique healing balms. And they're all different, and they are all for you. So one by one, you take out each bottle and you read about each one. And these bottles of healing balms are, of course, these Kuan Yin's 33 mantras, and they never run out. You can give these mantras over and over, and they are yours to use as Kuan Yin's gift of love and of support to you for the rest of your life. So Kuan Yin is helping us in such a practical, truly helpful way to attain our own spiritual freedom and our entry into the heaven world. She's not just going to stay with us until we make it to heaven. She's actively engaged in helping us. Kuan Yin, with her 33 healing balm mantras, is like, she's like that friend who comes over when you're sick and she says, okay, here, take this medicine, drink this broth. Here is some chicken soup and a water bottle and a blanket. And here are your slippers and a homeopathic remedy. Here are some groceries and an ice pack. Let me watch your kids. Here's a pillow. Go to sleep. Let's get you better. Let's get you to heaven. And that is Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is that friend that you didn't know you had, or maybe didn't know you had. So in this playlist, we will be opening each bottle of balm one by one as we explore each manifestation of Kuan Yin, its healing balm mantra, and what that particular mantra balm is healing. But before we do, I want to tell you about another amazing benefit of giving these mantras that Guru Ma explains. And this one just makes me want to give these mantras even more. It's just so amazing. So benefit number 4 that Guru Ma explains in her lecture on Kuan Yin is that when we consciously give these Kuan Yin mantras, there is a process whereby we assimilate God. We assimilate absolute good. And the pressure of that absolute good is a power of transmutation in the not self, in the absolute evil beneath. That's what Guru Ma explains. And so essentially, what this means is that giving these mantras helps us to take in more of God, and then that increased amount of godliness in our beings helps to essentially flush out and clear out or transmute our not self, that part of us that is not of God. And I have to say, isn't that just the perfect one sentence description of like the entire spiritual path, replacing our unreality with reality, replacing ungodliness with God, replacing evil with good? I mean, no matter what your religious or spiritual background, that is the general idea, wouldn't you say? By the way, if you're wondering how this works, how these Kuan Yin mantras actually accomplish this task of fleshing out our unreality, I will tell you something amazing. And this is why we have violet lights in the background, because these Kuan Yin mantras are a form of what is called violet flame. And the violet flame is an incredible spiritual energy that transmutes or transforms negative energy into positive energy. And it's a whole spiritual science that not many people have heard about. But for those who apply it in their lives, they are completely transformed. And it's often this huge aha moment when they start to use it. If you would like to learn more about the violet flame and how it works, I recommend this video, and I will link to that in the description below. So, what Guru Ma is explaining is that these mantras help tremendously with this process of replacing our unreality with reality. Isn't that amazing? Kuan Yin is giving us these 33 mantras, and as we give these mantras, our unreality is being fleshed out bit by bit, and it is being replaced bit by bit with our assimilation of more of God, using the power of the violet flame. And Kuan Yin is a seventh ray ascended master, and this means that she is adept at wielding the violet flame and working with us to transform ourselves if we give her that spiritual energy, that dancing, singing, violet flame, joyous energy through reciting her mantras. These mantras count as violet flame. Okay, benefit number 5 of giving Kuan Yin's mantras is that each mantra is a key that unlocks the door to the heart of Kuan Yin and to all of her allness. So anytime you give any of Kuan Yin's mantras, that mantra is serving as a key that opens the door to the allness of Kuan Yin's heart and all of her love for you. Guru Ma explains that mantras are keys to the heart of divine beings, which of course Kuan Yin is, and that once you have a key that unlocks the door to the heart of Kuan Yin, you enter her entire being. Guru Ma says, quote, "A mantra that becomes your favorite, which you master, that you say and develop a momentum on, that mantra becomes the key to her allness," end quote. So, finding one mantra that you love and that you give as it comes to you throughout the day can unlock the door to Kuan Yin's entire being and her love and her intercession in your life. And with every repetition of that mantra, we are strengthening that relationship with Kuan Yin, strengthening our tie to Kuan Yin's heart. And you may find one mantra that you fall in love with and that you use for a while, and then you put it back in the box and you discover another one that you take out and you use for a while. Maybe you have 3 that you love, or maybe you open every bottle, every one of those 33 bottles every day by giving each mantra one time. There is no right or wrong way to enjoy this gift from Kuan Yin because each mantra and all the mantras unlock the door to her entire being. And I want to say, if you would like to listen to all of Kuan Yin's mantras, there is a Kuan Yin Rosary that is published by the Summit Lighthouse that includes all 33 of them, and it is incredible. If you really want to treat yourself and immerse yourself in Kuan Yin for a while, you will love this rosary. Or you can have it playing in the background as you go about your day and really bring the presence of Kuan Yin into your home. Throughout this playlist, we will be playing the mantras from this rosary, and these are used with permission from the Summit Lighthouse, and it is the voice of our dear Guru Ma who is leading us in the recitation of these mantras. So now that we know all about these lovely mantras, let's go ahead and open this Christmas gift box of Kuan Yin's 33 manifestations and mantras and see if there is a particular healing balm that is calling your name. So we will start with manifestation number 1, and it is called Kuan Yin of the Willow Branch. And I will see you there in the next video.